I came back from deployment to find my wife cheating on me with another guy. First story. You know, being in love is probably one of the most beautiful things in life, but it's also one of the most dangerous things. Life is all about risk, I know that. I joined the Marines as a private. Now I'm a corporal. Busted mine, but I'm here. I want to stay a Marine for the rest of my life. Or at least I wanted to. I'm in a tough spot. I married my wife 3 years ago. When I married her, I was so in love. Everything she did made me smile. How she looked at me, how she smiles, laugh, plays with her hair, I loved it all. Now I don't know if I love this woman at all. I was deployed for 8 months. Now, while I was at the base, my brothers at the base would always tell me women only marry Marines for benefits. You know, benefit pays, healthcare, education, vacations, all that. They say wives get lonely when we get deployed and bring home a friend while we're here. I didn't listen to any of this. Not all women are like that, right? Well, I don't know anymore. It's not my place to say every woman is like this, but this woman was. When I flew home, I had to take a 12-hour flight. I wanted to see my family so bad. A wife and a beautiful princess. Being away from my baby is like getting punched in the stomach a billion times until I see her again. Although, I chatted with her all the time. I go inside thinking they were there. I saw no one home. I sat down waiting for them. Called my wife, but she didn't pick up. No text, nothing. I went to the kitchen and I started hearing some thumps. It's coming from the basement. When I opened the door, I heard a guy moaning. I head down quietly. It benefited me that we have a very soft furry carpet. And there she was. Want to gouge my eyes out. I caught my wife giving a riding someone I graduated high school with. We weren't best friends or anything, but we did know each other. I couldn't believe this. Now I don't play this. I jumped on the bed and beat this man up. Not brutally like other guys do, but enough to give him a black eye and a busted lip. He knew she's my wife. He knew I was away. My wife was screaming not to hit him, that she's sorry. Does it matter now? From that moment, my home was being at the base. This home is nothing but ruined memories. My brothers were right about marriage, about my wife. Never again will I trust my wife or if I divorce. I want to stay a Marine, which means it'll be a waste of time to marry again. Yes, we are still married. This was not too long ago. I regret staying with her every day. I look at her now, when she smiles at me I just look away. When she hugs me I just look at something else, putting one arm around her. When she tries to kiss me, I turn my head. Our favorite thing was to try out something we've never eaten before. We would go to other states just to eat at the highest rated restaurants. We haven't done that since before the day I left for Asia. I'm just not in love anymore. When I talk about divorce, she jumps on me saying she's so sorry, showing fake tears, that she will never do that again, that she loves me. She confessed to sleeping with him 3 times. I'm all over the place, I know. So, while I was away, the entire time, she only slept with him 3 times. Yeah, okay. I'll be honest, I probably should be nominated for being the most distancing husband. She cries to me saying she misses me, that what she did was a mistake, that she'll do anything for us to be the same as before. We don't argue, but we are more than distant than enemies. She constantly suggests for us to go see a counselor. All they're going to do is tell us to make up. Anything that involves touching her, or making eye contact for more than 1 second, I'm not doing it. That's why I'm not going. I wasn't worried about my daughter. She looks so much like me. She has my ears, eye color, and my blonde hair. I don't need a DNA test. And even if she wasn't mine, she'd still be my daughter. Because she's my life. I would never leave her. She's the reason I don't divorce and finish off my marriage. One of my brothers at the base didn't rub it in my face. I remember them saying, when you go home and find your wife on your bed with someone else, we are going to say, we told you so. But he didn't say that. He said I'm ruining my life with the wrong person. He said if I don't divorce, I will be miserable when I could find someone great. I don't give a right now. I just want to go back home. But due to this pandemic, it won't happen. I wish everyone a blessing and stay inside safely. Second story. My girlfriend of 5 years is currently stationed at a military facility where she is undergoing entry-level training. She recently informed me that she had slept with a member of her platoon. They'd done it 3 times. The first time, it was just hugging, and she had no thoughts of having with him, until he started getting nude, according to her. But the second and third times, she was fully aware of what was about to take place and prepared herself accordingly. This occurred after she sent me a FaceTime stating that she was going to bed. She informed me that she had no intention of informing me of this because she will never see him again when they graduate from high school. The morning after one of the nights, she called me and expressed her feelings for me, all the while he was lying right next to her on the bed. She claims she has no idea why she did it, but she has absolutely no feelings for him and has decided to leave the relationship. She has stated that she will do whatever to regain my trust, including refraining from drinking and refusing to attend any social events without my permission. She has also provided me with all of her passwords. She made the decision to come clean because this guy had caught her feelings, and when she broke her relationship with him, he confessed that he'd been cheated on earlier and that it was preferable to find out sooner rather than later. In fact, he was fully anticipating her to ditch her 5-year partner in favor of him. The reality is that she abused him physically and had no intention of pursuing a romantic relationship with him. Despite the fact that her behavior is completely out of character for her, she has never demonstrated an ounce of infidelity over the 5 years that I have known her, and she informed me of this on her own initiative since I had no other way of finding out. Her actions and the manner in which she behaved caused me to question her judgment. Nonetheless, she claims that I am the love of her life and that she will learn from her error. She has demonstrated her affection for me on numerous occasions throughout the years through her acts. As a result, I'm not going to give up on us before giving it a fair shot. What am I supposed to do? I'm in a condition of complete despair and have no idea how to go. The fact that I might meet someone else doesn't bother me at all. Given her genuine contrition, I'm concerned that if I don't try to solve this, it will be the biggest mistake of my life. Thank you very much for your assistance. Third story. Cheating wife seems to be full of games. So I 45M has been married to my wife 41F for nearly 16 years. Early in our marriage, I was notified by a person stating that my wife had been sending nude pictures and texts to her ex-boyfriend, whom she was with prior to me. I was eventually provided the proof by the guy's girlfriend. I confronted my wife with this, and she tried to deny it by saying that the messages and pictures were old and before we got together. But in a few of the pictures, there were items in the background that we had recently purchased. So after being caught in a lie, my wife began to threaten to hurt herself if I left. So I stayed and tried to work things out. Boy, was I crazy. Fast forward a bit, about 10 years into the marriage, and I find out that some of the same things have taken place again with the same guy, her ex, and now she has even made a video for him. So I file for divorce, and crazy me, I let her cry and beg me to stay, and needless to say, I foolishly stayed again, but I'm definitely not in love anymore. I really believe it's because I was just trying to stay for our daughter. So after staying, my wife plays good for a couple more years, and wouldn't you know it, her and the ex is at it again, texting, calling each other, etc. So now, I'm finally becoming drained with this, and I make plans to finally try to get my life and mine back. I never discussed all the info that I had on her and him, and just out of my curiosity, I asked her if they had slept together, and she said that they had, but only a couple of times. Yeah, right. Now that I'm well on the way to becoming a free man, she claims to have some serious medical conditions. If she is truly sick, I hate it, but am I wrong for being drained and spiritual? And finally, moving on. Please help me out. I know I'm crazy for staying this long, mainly due to my religious beliefs, but I'm starting to find myself dealing with health issues now. Thanks for all responses. Side note, my wife promised that she was never going to be in contact with the ex again. She said that after each time she was caught, even now,